What's up, guys? It's time for another word in the shop. Yes, I'm actually doing it on a regular basis now. Well, Sierra number 32 has made quite a bit of progress since the last word. I have very little things left to do to this locomotive now. The only things, the only major items left are the pilot. I'm going to order one from Bachmann, and the spark arrestor. It doesn't really matter if that goes on right now, but that's part of the appearance that I'm doing. She's going to have a spark arrestor anyway. So I did some lettering on the tender. I'm not going to zoom in any closer because if you do, you're going to see how cruddy it is. So that's the best view you get. I will zoom in on the oil tank though. Come on, focus. Ah, screw it. Anyway, you can see the little lifters, to lift the oil tank out. The locomotive is pretty much done. I got the eccentrics in place on the other side too. Got the identification on the headlight. It's a little dusty. Handrails on the cab, if my camera would just focus. There you go. I'm working on the handrails on the tender. I gotta get some smaller drill bits before I do it. Anyway, so yeah, she's almost done. Let's do a little test run. I mean, she runs about as good as a stock Bachmann tank engine. I mean, that's what the frame is from. Framing drivers. I put a little more weight in her just now. It's a little bit noisy because of the different motor that's in her. Yeah, not bad. Anyway, so yeah, 32 is taking the place of number 3 for a while. Just because, since I finally have another Sierra 1929 engine, permanent engine, it's just I'm not going to have as much time to work on the 3. So yeah, I'm going to be focusing on finishing the 32 completely. 3 is going to be in a supporting role, just like the real thing would be. And yeah, here's another thing. I'm working on scenery finally. For those of you who don't check the Facebook, I know there's some anti-Facebook people out there. But anyway, so yeah, I'm doing dirt, whatnot right now. This is going to be a dirt road alongside the track. And then this is just nothing, So you can see it's a little bit rougher. This side's a little bit lighter dirt, And this side is quite a bit, rougher. Not a lot going on over there. Anyway, I'm only about this far, but that's okay. I took the rails out because there was so much fine dust on the track that whenever I ran something over it, the trains would, crunch over that dirt, and it sounded terrible, and also made my locomotives and cars' wheels pretty dirty. So yeah, I took those out and I cleaned them. The rails are right here, as you can see. I'm not going to put them back down until all the dirt in this area is done. And then once all the dirt is done, I'll make up my ballast. It's a mixture of dirt and rock. That's what they had back then. Yep, another look at the wonderful kit-bashed engine. Yeah, well, anyway, if you guys want to go and convert a tank engine into a tender engine, Bachmann's tank engine, then just go and follow the, the pictures and whatnot on my Facebook. And if you need if you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer them. This is one of the easiest locomotive projects I've ever undertaken. It was not that hard. It only took me about 2 months of work total. Most of the time I was just being lazy and I didn't do it. Anyway, so here's Jamestown. Really not a whole lot has been done since the last video. I mean, a couple of tracks have been added and things like that. Here's the three. The biggest thing is the motor car shed. Almost done with that. I need to do a little bit more trim around the roof. I need to put the windows in. I need to put the final few doors in place. Then I need to do the shingles and then, you know, finish painting it. And then after that, that thing's completely done. It'll be my first scratch-built building, you know, that I've completely finished. So yeah. Well, I think we're going to have to cut this word a little bit short today. I don't really mind. Anyway, so not a lot on Jamestown, unfortunately. As you can see, it's just a mess. It's being used for mainly storage and things, you know. Every time I get a module up, you know, it's like my work table. So you can see all my tools and whatnot there. I'm trying to keep Warnerville clean so I can get ready to do scenery. I started putting some dirt on the track here. Part of the roadway comes on over the track, at least according to the track plan. Be easier to just ignore that because nobody would ever know anyway. But yeah, I figure it would be kind of cool, so I'm gonna just do that. Anyway, so yeah, I'm working on scenery. I took a break so I could finish the 32 up. As you can see, compared to last time, she has a scratch-built tender. Brand new scratch-built tender. At the moment, serves no functional purpose. I could take this thing off and the locomotive would run on its own. But in the coming month or so, when I do the rest of my finishing details, I'm going to wire it to the locomotive to add a little bit more pickup, and also going to put in the rear headlight and do some more soldering. And once all of that is done, then, you know, once all of that is done, I'll rivet the tender, put on the very last details, and yeah, the locomotive will be completely finished. So we're all waiting on that. Just gonna zoom in a little bit closer. Really thought these tender steps turned out pretty well. Not too bad. Later I'm going to be doing a chain that used to hang down from the side of the tender just above the trucks. I got to put the ladder on. Like I said, I got to put the headlight on. Also got to wire the front headlight on the engine. So yeah, it's really coming along. I don't plan on putting DCC in this, but things change and there's plenty of room in the tender, so I might sometime. Not sure if I've made this clear, but I'm not planning on going sound, mainly because if I want sound, if I want to enjoy it, I'll just make a few videos and then, you know, dub real locomotive sounds in, and that's satisfying to me. You know, also sound is a pain in the butt, so. Here's caboose number 4. I started decaling it. I'm not entirely satisfied with it. I might actually look for a new font and then scratch these off. But you know, it's gone without identification ever since I built it, so I figured I'll just put something on there and see how it looks. And just some of my better freight cars and whatnot. And the Warnerville tank. Zoom in on that. Yeah, no, I don't think anybody's really seen this for a while. Anyway, so yeah. Sonora, I started doing some work on it, but I stopped, and I'll get to that. I'll explain why at a later date. I'm still trying to figure things out with this. You know, it just doesn't seem like it's going that far, so. I mean, I can use it. You know, the tracks are all done again. I did some track work, realigning tracks and whatnot, putting new switches in. Yeah, I am not, you know, I'm not sure what's next for this thing. So in the meantime, I'm working on Jamestown and I'm going to start building the roundhouse pretty soon. And I'm also working on the scenery at Warnerville. I'm trying to get my first module with scenery done, you know, trying to get all the scenery done finally. So yeah, just stay tuned. Give you one last shot of the 32. Just stay tuned and look for more videos. I'm going to try and get back into the sound dubbing stuff as soon as I get a new video editor, and I'll put out a video of the 32 doing some runs. So until then, see you next month.